thing that man was created in the second chapter. You know? And then you just bring the script out and look the words up. And then you might want to cross letters. Is that Ezra?
After that, I think
where it says that he created Leviathan and yeah, so you could, that's what you would do. Alright? So you will bring those scripts out. You ain't gonna bring it out and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? People that don't know what the sound like they don't know what the
And like you said, it's all about practicing the song too, because you don't want to speak
Rehearse.
confidently and fucking wrong shit like you had that one guy that just spoke confidently and just shit that he knew nothing about, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's why you got to study to show ourselves. Study.
We gonna look up all those words.
Proof, you know?
All those words we gonna look up.
It's spare. You want to get spare.
Spare not. If something's good.
Yeah, it says.
Spare. It says spare not. Spare not. All right. Well.
Yeah. I can read it again if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Isaiah 58:1, it says, cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression and the house of Jacob their sins. When you go into the word spare, it says the Hebrew word chashak. It says to withhold, restrain, hold back, keep in check, refrain. Yeah, so like the brother was saying, you shouldn't be withholding, restraining, what I'm saying, your voice, because really it shows, lack of confidence.
It shows lack of confidence.
Yeah. To read again the definition, Hebrew word chashak, to withhold, restrain, hold back, keep in check, refrain.
Keep in check,
withhold, restrain.
This is a spare not.
Yeah.
Spare. To withhold. Well, it says spare not.
Yes.
So it's gonna be two words.
It's going to be two words.
It's gonna be
not,
that la'a. Yeah.
Yeah. La'a. I mean, they do that.
For not or no or not.
They,
okay. Yeah. So it's not spare. So the word you're looking up is gonna be to spare. All right, so you will put not in front of it. All or la'a.
Yeah. It's
right?
good. It's good.
Not spare. So you got certain Israelites that try to spare certain prophecies. Certain Israelite groups that try to spare the audience from certain prophecies. They try to refrain from preaching certain prophecies. Right? Like the implant. They'll try to say, they won't even preach the implant. They'll just they'll skip over it. They won't even mention it. They'll mention, are you an Israelite? They'll break down certain of the Gospels, but they won't tell you about the impending danger to come, which is the, oh yeah, I need to put my name up too. They'll spare certain prophecies, which that's not biblical. The scriptures say eat the whole roll, and then go out and preach to the house of Israel. We don't get that too. So what are you at?
We're at the word, so the spare not.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. So it says kasak in the Hebrew, all right, and it says to withhold, restrain, hold back.
Yeah, so it's not to withhold, not to restrain. All right, because you got no in front of it. Right, go ahead.
Yep. Going from the beginning, it says to withhold, restrain, hold back, keep in check, refrain. To withhold, keep back, keep for oneself, keep from, hold in check.
So you're basically doing the opposite of that. All right. So you're doing the opposite of that. You're not keeping to yourself. You're not refraining. You're putting it out. You're releasing the bounds. Now it's another word. After we're gonna go through your stuff. All right. That was it there.
Okay.
Look up bold, B-O-L-D in Greek. And one of the definitions should be freedom in speaking, but there's like 3 different boats, so you got to find the one I'm talking about. Well, matter of fact, to take care of, to break that down. Matter of fact, bring the scriptures that I asked for.
Yeah, I got it. All right, so first, y'all gonna have to get the precept would be in the book of get Luke chapter 14 and verse 23. All right. Also, it got some certain words you actually want to bring up. So just read it and then we'll go into it. Yeah.
All right. This is Luke chapter 14, verse 23.
And the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in.
Right. So he said, the Lord said to the servant, he said, go out to the hedges, or the highways and the hedges, which is these streets and such, all right? In the Agora, all right? And compel them, all right? Which that's a heavy word right there for compel, all right? Which, like I said, it's not just light, you know. When you go into the word compel, if a brother can go into it.
And that wasn't a question. That was a statement.
Yeah,
that was a statement. That was a
Commandment.
Commandment.
Yeah,
you know?
order or ordinance.
Order. There you go. That order. That was an order.
Ordinance.
That was an order to go and
Or
do
a
that.
statute,
You know.
yeah, you know.
So there was authority behind that. Like,
Yes.
listen, go and do that. You know. It wasn't up for interpretation to question like, oh well, do I have to do that?
No,
like,
he
you know.
said,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? With
Yep.
the force, because remember, Yahweh Shai is an austere man.
Austere
He's
and direct.
serious
Yep.
and stern.
Yep.
All right? So, you know, like I said, just how, you know, we're out here now, like I said, we're only going back and doing the things of what we used to do in the past. The same fashion or form of Yahweh Shai, we're supposed to be in that same image and come with that same, as it's going to go into force, drive. Go ahead.
All right. The word compel in Greek is anankadzo.
Right?
All right. It says to necessitate, compel, drive to, constrain,
Right. Drive to our what?
constrain.
Constrain. All right. Keep
It
going.
says by force,
Uh-huh.
threats, by permission.
Like constrain, go like
Yeah.
with constraining. So it's like
Yep.
when I'm saying like say like I say, oh, go out to the highways and hedges and stuff.
Yep.
Like it's like I'm holding you. Go out to the highways and hedges. You know what I mean? Like that's a force with it. All right.
Yep, yep.
But this is going Yahweh Shai doing it spiritually. All right, with his voice. All right, which is a spirit behind your voice. Or voice is the Hebrew word for voice.
Wait, it's wait.
What's that? Qual?
Qual, yeah, qual.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Qual. That's the Hebrew word for voice. All right, go ahead. And shapath is what? Lips.
Shaphat.
Right? And pa is your mouth. All right, we can go into the throat. All right, but these like you see, like I'm throwing it, I'm pushing it with the authority. We push it, we gotta do it. So it's like, say for example, if we're not doing it that way, like I said, every brother got their certain energy and stuff, but you gotta be, like I said, you gotta have that passion and throw it right in it. Like if somebody just sitting there, and the guy, like this guy that got this, I just was on the train just now, and he's sitting there just like, oh, Napoleon was this, that, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I could hear it a little bit, but what if like how we come out here?
Yep.
We out there, a lot of people from across the street be looking like, what the, who them? Right? Who is that? That's how Yahweh Shai is. Who is that?
Yep.
You know, we coming with the force. Like, yeah, this is what it is right here. That might, that chazak. All right, go ahead.
Yep.
Like you see how it rebels? Like your voice, when you project. Remember, even when we went around Jericho, with the blowing the trumpet and stuff, that force and stuff. Remember, our voice is as an actual instrument, huh? It's like, yeah, our voices are instruments and stuff.
Yeah.
We instrumenting the actual work of the Lord, His word. All right, the bar wa. All right, go ahead.
Yep.
Back in the definition.
It says by permission, entreaties,
Yeah, okay.
entreaties, and it says by other means.
Yeah, like it's like we begging. All right, now go ahead.
Yeah.
Now
that
go.
was-
Yeah, that's it. Now
Yeah,
go
that was
back
it.
to the actual precept.
And then
yeah.
I have a quick one.
All right.
This Jeremiah 1:4.
Right.
It says, then the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying,
Right.
Be-
Go ahead.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and became. It's like, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee,
Right.
and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
Right.
Verse. Oh.
And He ordained thee to be a prophet unto the nation. Now,
Yeah.
of course, the Lord giving that sanction, ordaining, put you in that stalker stead. That come with a certain way.
Yeah.
All right, a certain energy, a certain form and such. All right, when you see great millstone camps, all right, you see the prophets of Yahweh Shai. All right, hey, like I say, even if you go back in the old school, it was just straight raw. Like you see some of them old school videos with Apostle Ricans, you know, all the different apostles and elders and stuff on the street. They cussing motherfuckers out, coming hard and shit, and motherfuckers ready to, you know what I mean? But if you know, you gotta get in the spirit.
Yeah.
Okay? And we gotta, like I said, we gotta animate. I believe so I spoken. all right, in Psalms, all right? So we gotta go with our confidence, with our voice. Like if I really care about something, I'm gonna be like, okay, look, this, that. I'm gonna show that conviction within it, all right? That stance in it. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then Slock, I want to go in
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
verse 6. Then said I, Lord Yahweh, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child.
Right.
So, yeah, like my point is, let me read it again. It says, then I said, Lord Yahweh, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. So yeah, you know, when the Lord Yahweh came on to Jeremiah, telling him that he has to preach the word, you know, he's trying to make the excuse, oh, you know, I'm a child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So eventually Jeremiah, you know, he had to gird up his loins.
Yeah.
And he had to go when he was 12 years old,
Right.
man.
It didn't matter. It don't matter. Look, the Lord required that. Real quick, get that Job real quick. I will gird up thy loins like a man, because I will require for thee. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Again, the Lord is looking for men, and men going back to having virtue and stuff, manliness and stuff. Part, of course, of being a man also is with our voices and too, right? Like if you got certain girl, like, all right, you going to talk to a girl and stuff. If she don't feel that energy and confidence in what you're seeking, she might not even go with you, right? But she see that enthusiasm, that swagger a little wee bit and stuff. Then she like, oh yeah, this is a guy that I can probably have as a protector or follow after him and stuff. You know what I mean? And as we are women to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, hey, when we confessing, which we confessing His word, we confessing the belief, we confessing the testimony, right? We pushing it all out there. So obviously the elect gonna hear that frequency, the sheep gonna hear it, and they gonna react to it.
Yeah.
But it's all in the spirit. Go ahead. Yeah.
Is Matthew 10 and 27. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light. What you hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops.
Right. And it's like you like on a housetop. Like if
Yeah.
you say you on a housetop, you over there like, yo, get down there, yo.
Yeah,
You know
imagine someone up there whispering. We ain't gonna be able to hear them. I envision, like, you know, back in the Roman times when like people like the Roman emperors, when they would come out and they would be up like high,
Dressed,
and they would be like literally yelling to the people, and all the people would be
And
like
they looking down.
right. around them. Like what we hear, we preaching it on the housetop so everyone can hear us, and loud enough,
Yes.
and projecting our voice loud enough so the people can hear us. That's what we're here for.
That's
We're here so
right.
the people can hear us.
Yeah. Like even like, you know, like the dude, when the dude was right there, remember he pulled his little car and shit.
He was looking on.
You look,
Oh,
yeah, he was
he's
looking
for
and
like
hearing,
3-5
right?
minutes straight. Like,
Yeah.
He was actually.
Yeah, looking
yeah, like
and hearing
he
and
parked
stuff.
right there. He's like,
You know, because we out here in the hedges, as we
Sometimes
said.
they be afraid too.
Yeah,
to
that
approach-
too.
To approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is okay, but eventually you gotta have kind of confidence,
Yeah.
and you know you gotta put forth your hand to the plow, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, even though you're not doing the work, but you are at least coming toward near the altar. This is the altar, and you have to have a proper sacrifice on the altar.
Yeah.
So if you have a like swine, or you have an improper like vegetables on there, the Lord don't accept it. You can't burn vegetables unto the Lord. You gotta burn a meat offering.
Yep.
That's why sometimes you got to call them out. Like, I think you used to do that a lot. You know, hey, you got a question?
Yeah.
You know, you're asking, because sometimes they need that initial engagement.
Yeah, I'll see somebody walk past, kind of like, yo, what you need? You need help?
Yeah,
I
he trying
did that.
Yep,
I-
yep.
Circle
that's what I
and shit. They
tend to
walking
do.
in circles and shit.
Somebody I don't know, I reckon I see keep
Yeah.
coming around like you
Yeah.
got a question?
Yeah.
Like, why you keep like, hovering around?
Yeah.
Seem like you got a question.
Yep.
Then you know they don't want to.
Yeah. Oh.
And I get it. You might be afraid to approach the altar. So.
Fine.
Ezekiel 3 verse 8.
Oh,
Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces,
You broke that down for
and
me?
thy forehead strong
yeah,
against
but you
their
can go
foreheads.
Read it again, slide.
Con, Ezekiel 3 verse 8. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads.
Yeah, made it, and it's strong. Yeah, that's another good point. The prophets are a different type of people. All right, the prophets are not like the normies, the normal people. All right, when we speak with authority. All right, a hard forehead. All right, not soft. All right, not malleable to what the fuck the audience is saying. All right, and we adjust to what the fuck they saying. Like they teaching us now. They know more than us. We don't negotiate with the audience. All right? We dictate to you the truth. We tell you the truth because we've been trained up in the scriptures to give you the whole truth, the whole road. Go ahead.
Keep on.
Yeah.
Verse,
Were you finished with? Or,
yeah, I was good. That was good.
read it again.
Con, Ezekiel 3, verse 8. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads.
All right, continue reading.
Verse 9. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house.
Right, yeah, so you got the people, you know, it's like the debate, or just you standing in confidence. Right? As an adamant harder than flint. Right? All right, you got something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 1:6. Then said I, Lord Yahweh, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. Verse 7. But the Lord Yahweh said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Yes.
Scripture where it says how beautiful are the feet of them that sweet the gospel. Yeah.
Yeah, so Jeremiah, he had to go out there when he was 12 years old, man. So if
Very young.
yeah,
he was young.
if Jeremiah was 12 years old, you're a grown man, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, and he's speaking more louder than you are, he's going more, you know what I'm saying? Like, something to consider. Verse 8, be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Yes. Don't be no bitch, basically. Like because Israel, they come up with twisted up, fucked up faces, and some of them want to fight, they want to get into confrontation, they want to get in the extra loud with you. You got to stand your ground and bring out the proper precepts to combat the shit that they saying. What was you about to say something? No?
Yeah, that links up completely what the brothers just brought out. To be not afraid of. Basically, he made our faces like an adamant stone. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, so think about it, man. Jeremiah being 12 years old, he had to go out there. He basically by himself, and he had to go against all them people. They want him dead. You know what I'm saying? Hey. But the Lord said, hey, don't.
The Lord sent them help too. I mean, he had the
did,
reporter,
yeah.
I believe, Baruch. Was it Baruch? Was it reporter?
Yeah, Baruch, the scribe. Yeah.
But essentially he was pretty much by himself. I mean, you had other prophets too, that are not mentioned. You always had a company of prophets, different prophets, but he was given that commission to go out and preach. So he had to stand on his own on what the revelation he received and whatever script he had. All right. We done with that? We done?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, it's a couple precepts long, but I want to go into the word. Did you want to go into the word cry at all?
If it's a different word from before.
What word was it?
Korah?
Yeah, this is beautiful. It's gonna really back up what you were saying. The spirit. It's Proverbs 81. And it's not only just crying, but crying the wisdom. It says, "Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice?" We're talking about the voice and all that, right? Now the word cry, right, in here for the Hebrew is
right, because if you're not speaking, then what use are you? You're pretty much fucking useless.
Yep. Korah, that wasn't the word you guys went into?
Yeah, Korah.
It was Korah? Oh, okay. All right. So utter a loud sound, you guys went
No, it was Korah, and then there was another one that said, when you speak with your throat.
Okay,
It was basically the Thayer's, not the Thayer's, one of the
Bible dictionary. Yeah, okay, like
they went into.
So what words you were reading?
So that was cry.
Tell me with the Hebrew.
Oh, Korah.
Korah. Yes, that's the same one.
Okay, all right, yeah. So the word cry there is the same word that you guys were going into, Korah, right? So that's the importance of uttering that wisdom and knowledge. So this is 8:1 again, Proverbs 8:1. Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in the top of high places, by the way in the places of the path. She crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors.
Right. So notice the difference. Like the word we brought out was speaking with your lips. You just your lips, and versus using your lips and your throat to speak. Yeah. So if you at the entrance of the city, if you a prophet at the entrance of the city, warning the people that this city about to be destroyed, you got to do it within a certain manner. Okay. You got more?
Yep, a little bit more. I do want to look at. Oh yeah, okay. The word Korah, or the word call here is also Korah. So keep that in mind. It says, "Unto you, she cried at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming at the doors." That's where wisdom is, right? That's where the wisdom is being proclaimed or being uttered at. in those wide areas, not in the damn hood somewhere, right? In the damn fucking street corner.
Yeah, in a little alleyway.
Yeah, in a little alleyway. Where the fucking trash and bums are at.
Yeah, dark places.
Sluggy. But it says, unto you, O men, I call. Unto you I call, and my voice is the sons of men. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be of an understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things.
That's what preaching the prophecies, and how to conduct yourself as a prophet. A prophet's main point is what to speak.
Yep.
So if you're not even speaking, what use are you? Pretty much you're gonna fall off. Right? People are gonna forget what your voice sounds like. And you got certain people that are forgetting what people's voice sounds like because they ain't speaking. So you got to speak, or people are gonna forget what your voice sounds like. Right? And they're gonna pretty much forget you if you attach to your voice. Right?
You want beckon?
Beckon, yeah, I went to beckon what that means.
So
the context of the scriptures.
Yeah.
Because that proves that you really, like I said before, you started off with Isaiah 58:1, you preaching like you actually give a damn. All right? And when you engaging as a brother in the audience, when you read your scriptures or whatever, you reading your scriptures like you know what you're talking about, you're confident. All right? Now you gotta really be involved, like the elders and apostles would say. You gotta be involved. All right? What's the opposite of being involved? What's the antonym of being involved? Okay, you just look it up. It's the opposite of being, not being involved.
Inactive.
Yeah, inactive.
And the thing is, like to your point, like you had the one guy in particular. I don't got to name him, but he would read after you guys called a precept. He would read with like uncertainty, like
Lamar.
and then be like, is this the precept you wanted? Yeah. And it's like yes, or he wouldn't read it. But how do you not know? How are you not like listening to the brother and then speaking that precept with all certainty because that's the precept that because you're listening.
Yeah, we're confidence.
Exactly. We went into all that. Yep. So that's just part of it, right? So when you bring that precept out, you're bringing that precept out because you know that we're all in the same accord with each other. You bring it out with the certainty.
Harmony.
Yeah, harmony. Yep.
Now you do need discord, right? But discord into concord.
Yep.
Right?
And
the result is to be concord.
Salakia, you don't want to
discord comes from the audience.
Yep. But Salakia, you don't want to speak too presumptuously. Remember, you do have orchestrators here. There is the head speaker that's speaking, and he kind of orchestrates. He's the conductor, and you got to honor that. All right. And if I go to speak and he says, hold your peace, I got to honor that because he's orchestrating right now. He's telling when the trombones to come in, when the bass to hit. Right. So everything's in its proper order, so we can make that lovely song, right? So I just want to say that. So I don't mean to say too much, but if I will go to speak, this brother has the authority to say, hey, hold your point,
Oh, you got that authority.
Well, yeah. But still, we all orchestrating out here, but we're all the scripture talks about how we're all pieces of the same body,
Right.
Yeah.
Many members of different offices.
Exactly.
I got a quick precept to back up who's this speaking.
Whatever.
Real quick.
Go read it.
1 Corinthians 14, verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order.
Right. When you look at the word order up, it's a significant word definition. Order. Taxes, I think it is. Taxes.
I'm about to get it now.
Memory. I got bad memory.
It's 1 Corinthians 14:40.
Yeah, you right. It's taxes.
Read it.
Taxes.
Read the definition.
It's taxes. It says regular arrangement, fixed succession, order. It says due to orderly condition.
Order, fixed succession. And it's a phrase, it's a sentence there you should read.
It says in arrangement, a fixed succession, observing a fixed time, due or right order, orderly condition. Is that what you're looking for? Or
No,
something
it's
like
more.
It's probably in the lexicon.
It said require rank or something like that.
It says the post, rank, or position which one holds in civic or other affairs. It says this position generally depends on one's talent, experience, resources.
One's talent. So yeah, so your rank in the camp is based upon your experience and resources. All right. And what your ability basically. So it's equitable. How do you say that word? Whatever you're based upon your performance. Your rank is based upon your performance. All right. So you get rank if you have performance. Hold on. Will you finish with that? Read that last part again.
It says the post, rank, or position which one holds in civic or other affairs. Since this position generally depends on one's talents, experience, resources.
Go ahead. Go ahead with your precept.
All right, this is Philippians chapter 1 and 14. And it says, and many of the brethren in the Most High waxing confident, and that word confident is to persuade one, using words, confident by my bounds, are much more bold to speak the word without fear.
Look up bold right there, see what it says.
Bold without fear.
I got it.
And the thing is, if you ain't speaking with confidence, then you really don't trust in Yakalba Page, because that's where our confidence comes from. Our confidence doesn't come from how strong we are, or it comes strictly from Yakalba Page. That's where our confidence lies in. Our confidence lies in the truth of Yakalba Page, in that spirit, man. And I'm not confident in the house I live in. That's why I come out here every week. I'm not the car I drive in. That's where these people get their confidence from in the world. We got our confidence strictly from Yakalba Page. We speak with no fear because we believe in this truth, man. And we get that confidence from Yakalba Page.
All right. Got it. All right. Look, freedom, bold. Go ahead, read the word for bold.
Yeah, the word for bold, it says parisi. How do you say it?
That's a long one. Don't worry about it.
Is that Greek?
Yeah,
You're a master in the Greek. Come on now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it says the Greek word for bold, it says to use freedom in speaking.
Freedom in speaking. Bold. So when we preach the gospel, we got to bring out all the prophecies. We can't just hold some of them back because it's going to hurt the audience feelings. All right? And they get context and read one of the scriptures it says.
Be free spoken, to speak freely, to grow confident, have boldness, show assurance, assume a bold bearing.
Read one of the precepts. It's under.
Yeah, so it says, Ephesians 6:20, for which I am ambassador in bonds, that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak.
Yeah, that I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. So you shouldn't be hindered. Your speech shouldn't be hindered. All right? Well, what the Paul said, he said, all things are not expedient, but I would not be bound by any other. Somebody give me that? But I would not be bound. All right, so his job was to go preach the gospel to the Israelite Gentiles. So he couldn't be under the authority to something that was going to hold him back from doing that. All right? And then we're going to go back with the hand. Becking. Where it says, you got the last one?
I got that.
Go ahead, read it.
It's not be bound up, right? Zeke.
I will not be bound by any other. Does it say that?
No.
No. It's in Paul's writings. I will not be bound. I think it's where it says that all things are expedient. All things are not expedient. All things edify not.
I got that one.
Go, you guys. That doesn't say about him being bound. Don't want to be bound.
The bound is on Acts 21.
So that's two different. Yeah. Not being bound. Not being bound. Not being bound. I will not be brought under the power of any other.
Oh yeah, I got it.
All right, so read that first.
Yeah, it's brought. It's brought.
Brought. I will not be brought. Oh, read it. Seriously.
Yeah, come.
I'll be thinking something else. Read it.
Come. I'm gonna go to verse 11. 1 Corinthians 6:11. In such were some of you, but ye are washed, but ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of Yahweh Shah our Lord, and by the spirit of our power. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any.
Yeah, I will not be brought under the power of any. To hold the body subject to one's will. All right, so Paul, he had to have the liberty to go preach as he needed. And once he had that liberty, that boldness was he could speak other languages too. And he was commissioned, directly by the Lord to go preach the gospel to the Israelite Gentiles. I also had the word is exousia, brought under the power. All right, that was it there.
It's like when you had who was that? The men in Acts that basically like got beaten, for preaching them. I got that. Yeah. And they spoke with complete confidence. They got the the beat down, and they counted it worthy. Went back out there and continued preaching. They weren't brought under no one, man. If you got it, you might.
Yeah, go read it.
This is Acts 4:13. Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled, and they took knowledge of them that they had been with Yahushua.
What boldness say? What word is that? Is that one of the Acts 4? For the boldness word?
Nah, it was.
That was different. That's probably just like confidence, something like that.
This one is parousia. Frankness, spoken as bluntness.
Yeah.
That's same difference.
Assurance, confidence,
frankness,
freely open, plainly.
freely speaking, same difference.
Yep, and that frankness, that's basically like coming direct. That's being very direct, not sugarcoating it, not trying to speak in a way that's appeasing to the listener, to the one. It's right and direct, right to the point. It offends a lot of people when you do that.
Right, they were just offended at the disciples, apostles. Do you have anything? Go ahead. And then we're going to go to the back.
This is 2 Corinthians 11:7. Have I committed an offense in abasing myself, that ye might be exalted, because I have preached to you the gospel of Yahweh freely?
Yeah, he preached it freely. Right? And he was doing things that the church wasn't doing. He's out there prophesying and making like concrete statements about what the Lord was going to do. Right? Because he was commissioned to do that. Right? And then you had other prophets out there too that the Bible doesn't mention though. It wasn't just Paul out there. But the Bible doesn't mention most of the prophets. It only mentions just the famous ones, the main top prophets. The other prophets, the Bible doesn't mention. The prophet that bound Paul's garment up. Right? That he wasn't one of the apostles. Right? And said that whoever owned the garment was bound and took into Rome. Right? That's a prophet that you don't even know his name. So you had numerous prophets that were out there that were preaching. Precept. Just go to the word.
Let's see. I don't have a precept. Let's see.
Yeah, that's what I want the precept first. I don't want
Okay,
just
Slacky,
definition.
yep. I'm gonna go to the precept. So, okay, and then I got that Romans to go to.
Who I got precept first?
I got It's Isaiah 62:6. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, meaning being active, day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. Give him no rest till he establish and until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Yeah, peace means to be silent. So no peace means to speak. All right, when somebody says hold your peace, hold your speech.
And another word for that parousia is freedom in speaking. Like we saw, got freedom of speech. That's where you get it from.
Yeah, you get and pertaining to the gospel, we got to preach all the whole road. What we learn, we got to preach out to you. Right? Now, there was a certain time when the elders, when they preached, they would gradually work up to certain spirits. And we do the same thing. We're preaching. We're supposed to anyway. We're preaching to somebody that don't know anything from nothing, and you gradually give them more and more. But they have to be willing to learn though. If they don't believe initially, they really can't do nothing. They got to be willing to actually put their hand to the plow to learn. Then you can gradually build them up slowly. All right, you should be pretty much built up within 2 years. You should be well-rounded in mostly everything. Really within the first year, really. Otherwise, you're just being fucking lazy.
If I can add to that, and basically the reason why you're teaching someone is because you're teaching someone to then to basically step in the same office as you. So it's like if you're going to teach someone how to play piano, you're going to play Bach Sympathy for them and play it all fast. How are they going to retain any of it? How are they going to learn it for themselves to also be able to play that song? So you got to give them, like the scriptures say about the sincere milk. You have to preach it in words easy to be understood, so they can retain it, but then also be able to then say it, speak it as well, right? So you don't just when you teach it, like the brother says, you teach it in a way to where they're going to also retain it and then also teach it for themselves.
Yeah.
Gradually.
Yeah, built up. And it's incumbent upon you, for things you don't know, to research.
Yep.
We already did videos on probably everything. But to come to certain ones, we'll discuss privately. But like when was man created? You go to Genesis, I think 1 and 20. Go to Genesis 1 and 20 real quick.
Genesis 1 and 20, and then Isaiah was the one that you had. Genesis 1 and 20, right, reads, and the power said, or the Elohim said, power Saki, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creatures that hath life, and fowl that they may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven.
That's when man was created, and every living creature. Read.
Yep.
Read.
And the Elohim created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And the Elohim saw that it was good.
All right, but people think, go to the second chapter. People think man was created here out of the ground. Lord God formed man 7.
Yep. This is the book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh, power, formed man over the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
All right, this one man was given order right here. But people believe that this where man was created. And he don't believe he's created in the first chapter. That's where man was actually created. All right, he wasn't created right here in the second chapter. He's created in the first chapter, Genesis 1 and 20. All right, so you got the precept to that. Just read the precept.
Yeah, this second Esdras chapter 6, verse 49. And it says, then didst thou ordain 2 living creatures, the one called Enoch and the other Leviathan, and did separate the one from the other for the 7th part, namely, where the water was gathered together, might not hold them both. And unto Enoch he gave 1 part which was dried up on the 3rd day, that he should dwell in the same part wherein are 1,000 hills. But unto Leviathan thou gavest the 7th part, namely the moist, and hast kept him to be devoured, of whom thou wilt and when.
Read man.
Come. So it says, sorry.
54 verse. Where you reading?
Right here. Yeah.
We read
yeah.
54.
All right, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people of whom thou hast chosen.
All right, go back up to the top. So Adam represents men, but we have the chosen of the Adam.
Yeah, the Adam.
So go back up to the dry ground.
All right, so going down, this is verse 51, 2 Esdras 6 and 51. Unto Enoch thou gavest 1 part which was dried up.
Yes, that represents men. What?
The 3rd day, that he should dwell in the same part wherein are 1,000 hills. But unto Leviathan thou gavest the 7th part.
All right, so it's dried up. That's the key word. All right, that's land. And then Leviathan, which is the sea. what did you say?
Yeah.
Leviathan. They don't. Yeah, moist. It says moist.
Yeah, the
So you got the dry land and you got the moist. So we would, like the scripture said, we would see through a glass darkly. So when the Lord put the breath of life in us, He gave us more of the wisdom. We became more aware of the law. All right, and this is before it was written down. All right. So we weren't sinning at all. All right. Then the Lord gave us more understanding. All right. Breathed through the nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. All right. Then, when the murder was committed, that's when we started to sin after that. Well, no, when the serpent came in. Serpent came in. That's when the sin started. Serpent, and then you had the murder, I believe, after that, right?
Yeah, Cain and Abel.
All right. So Beckin. Go back to Beckin.
All right. So I had a
definite and the meaning.
Okay, so it was all right. I got Luke for beckoning. I got Luke chapter 1, and I have under beckon. But Luke chapter 1, and I'm gonna.
What it means is most important.
Okay, no problem.
See what it means.
It says, I'm gonna start at verse 19. And the angel answered and said unto him, I am Gabriel, that stand in the presence of the power. I am sent to speak unto thee, and to show these glad tidings. And behold, thou shalt be dumb and not be able to speak until the day that these things shall be performed, because thou believest not my words, which shall be fulfilled in their season. And the people waited for Zacharias and marveled that he tarried so long in the temple. And when he came out, he could not speak unto them, and they perceived that he had seen a vision in the temple, for he beckoned unto them and remained speechless. Now you go into the word for in the Greek for beckon. It's like here. Beckon. You got and, which means they just say to basically charge of. All right. This charge of.
Look for another one.
Yep. So
we can move on from there and then come back. All right, give me Ezekiel 3rd chapter. Ezekiel 3.
All right. This is the book of Acts chapter 13 and 16. Then Paul stood up and beckoning with his hand said, Men of Israel, and ye that fear the power, give audience. Now going into the word for beckoning in the Greek, which is this Greek word, which is kataesio, which means to shake down, also to throw down. It says to make a sign, to signal with the hand to one, also to sway downward, make a signal.
So Paul beckoned with the hand.
Yep.
That's it. When you explaining something, when you explaining something like this or whatever,
shaking.
All right, that's what you do when you are fervent in the spirit.
Yep.
And confident in what you're saying.
That energy, All
right.
You get
And
animated.
that's something that some of us did before we even knew, but that scripture even existed. All right. I mean, read the scripture and say, "Oh, beckon." This means beckon with the hand.
Yep. Signal.
I used to do it a lot. And I know I've seen certain elders do it. And I didn't read the scripture that said, do this, so I'm doing it now. I was doing it before I even knew about the scripture. You got more explanation?
So now, beckon, just in the freedictionary.com, also goes into to attract because of inviting or enticing appearance. Basically a summoning gesture. All right, meaning to be inviting or enticing. Like if you guys, of course, if you beckoning somebody and stuff, you trying to convince them, so you gonna, of course, be, if we like just sitting here like, they ain't gonna be able to hear. But if we like, you see, we going enthusiastic, people be like kind of compelled to want to come in.
Look up enthusiastic.
All right.
In the dictionary.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Etymology. Enthusiastic. It's a heavy word you said. Yeah, so we gotta be enthusiastic, he said. All right. And same thing goes like to educate. I believe that's a word that should go with enthusiastic. So read enthusiastic.
Gone, I got it.
Good.
It's from the 1600 enthusiastic. It says pertaining to possession by a deity, from Greek, enthusiasticos.
Possession by a deity, where we possessed with the Holy Spirit.
Yep.
Okay.
Goes on to say inspired, be possessed or inspired by a God.
Yeah, inspired by a God, which is the Holy Spirit. The Lord gave us His Holy Spirit. It's basically like a
No, I just want to add, because I wanted to look it up to make sure, but there's actually scientific facts that, like, when it comes to, like, talking with your hand, it will actually help influence influence the people that are listening. Like, it actually influence people more when you speak with hands. That's why, like, if you ever talk to somebody, like you can like. You can talk, so you can look directly at somebody and then use hand gestures, and you can see that they're like kind of hearing what you're saying, right?
It makes it more believable.
Where
they get the braille from.
Public speaking.
Yeah, plus that's a good point, because we see Joe Biden when he's trying to be real persuasive. He's like, they're like that, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna give you this, that. You know what I'm saying?
And just for each word that
yeah,
and stuff.
But that beckoning with the hand helps solidify the truth and the understanding and trying to get people's attention. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to But I just want to make that point. It's the scientific.
Prove it. They did a test.
Yep. But it goes on to say the main modern sense in reference to feelings or persons intensely eager and rapturous. From the 1786.
So I'm just thinking, like you ever see someone getting yelled at? Like, you can't even hear them, but you see the hand on it. You just know there's some shit going on over there. Like,
when the Lord comes back, that's what He's going to do.
Yep.
He's going to come back beckoning the hand. Yep. He's going to do it with fire.
Right.
We done with this definition?
Yeah, that was it. Rapturous, I can get that.
Yeah, get that.
Yeah, it says rapturous. Let me get in the etymology. It says ecstatically joyous or exalted.
Ecstatically joyous or exalted. Joy.
Yeah. That's about it.
What's the precept about?
Yeah. Isaiah 58 verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
You run there earlier.
Oh, yeah, sloppy. I just came.
Oh yeah, and plus.
That's the whole thing we're talking about. Speaking aloud, and all that.
I had
Good precept.
I know.
First Thessalonians 2:2.
Read it.
It says First Thessalonians 2:2. But even after we have suffered before and were shamefully entreated, as ye know, at Philippi, we were bold in our power to speak unto you the gospel of the Most High with much contention. Yeah, that word bold goes in the same pateria. You gotta say it. Freedom of speaking.
Yeah, freedom of speaking.
Yeah.
Similar to the other word I'm going on.
So he's bold. It says we are bold in our power to speak unto you the gospel of the Most High with much contention.
Yeah, with much contention, man. Yeah, we're not going to back down because we meet some opposition. We're going to preach the Lord's gospel because it's His word, and we're the emissaries to preach that word.
All right. Oh, then this is the fascinating science behind talking with your hands. All right. So we all do it. Here's what it means. All right. Now, going into it, it says that hand gestures are a very powerful aspect of communication from both the speakers and listeners' end. Dr. Carol Kinsley Goldman, body language expert and author of this non-verbal advantage secret, blah, blah. But it says a study analyzed TED Talks last year found that the most popular viral speakers use on average are about 495 hand gestures, beckoning, right? Which is nearly twice as many as the least popular speakers use. And it says also Other research has found that people who talk with their hands tend to be viewed as warm, agreeable, and energetic, while those who are less animated are seen as logical, cold, and analytical.
Okay.
That being said, of course, it is possible for your gestures to get a little out of hand, pun intended. But
yeah, because you start moving your hand around, people think you want to fight or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, that was
You say Ezekiel? What?
Ezekiel 3.
Ezekiel 3. But wait, y'all have something else before that? Because Ezekiel 3 and 1.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man.
I know we read some of this earlier. Go ahead.
It says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
No, we didn't read that, but that's what I want. Eat the roll and go speak into the house of Israel. All right, so you gotta eat the roll, not part of it. You gotta eat. You have to eat the whole roll. What?
Verse 2, it says, so I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
What?
And he said unto me, son of man, go get thee into the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. Behold, I have made thy face strong.
Right there. That's it.
All right.
Read the last verse. The last verse you will read.
Verse 7, it says, but the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee.
No, above that.
Oh, above that. Verse 6, not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
What?
Verse 7, but the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
Impudent and hard-hearted. I mean, not easily hard to manage. Impudent, hard to manage. Look up that word, impudent.
We got the word impudent. All right. Yeah, that's the right one. Oh, I thought I just read that earlier. With the same definition earlier. That's right. All right. Yeah, so for impudent, the word is kazak. All right. And it says,
strong. What?
Yep, strong, stout, mighty, all right, severe, sharp, hot, firm, hard, a strong one.
Yeah, meaning they're not gonna be malleable. They're not gonna be acquiesce to what you say. You're gonna keep their defenses up, and what you say is not gonna permeate to their brains so they can understand. Isaiah the 6th chapter. All right, so get Revelation 10, 1.
Revelation 10, start 1. It says, and I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head. And his face was as it were the sun, and his feet as pillars of fire.
Right. Chariot. What?
And he had in his hand a little book open, and he set his right foot upon the sea, and his left foot on the earth, and cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roareth. And when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices.
The Lord came down. Angel came down.
Verse 4, it says, and when the 7 thunders had uttered their voices, I was about to write, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, seal up those things which the 7 thunders uttered, and write them not.
Yep.
And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever and ever, who created heaven and the things that therein are, and the earth and the things that therein are, and the sea and the things which are therein, that there should that there should be time no longer.
Right, yeah. I mean, the prophecies are going to come to an end. All the prophecies are going to be fulfilled soon. All right? That's what, when the Lord speaks about the end, look up in one of the Gospels where it says the...
look.
Israelites electric.
What is that?
Israelite
Israelites
electric.
electric.
Oh, electric? Yeah. That's heavy. Spiritual.
I wonder what the number was. I didn't see the number.
Look up where it says the end of the world. Telos means time or something like that. Or look up end of the world. Or in one of the Gospels and just read that precept. It should be time no longer. Well, at one point you got Esau. Esau's age is coming to an end, and Jacob's age is going to begin. Yahushua. And the Lord said that the end of the world is nigh at hand, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah, I got it.
So we read the precept first, and then read the word. End of the world.
Yeah. This Matthew 24:14. It says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
And those are the Israelites that are within those nations. All right, and you have the heathen that you have to know what's about to happen to them too. All right, what?
And then shall the end come.
Then shall the end come. So the time no longer. So end. End.
Yeah, it's the Greek word telos that says end, termination, the limit at which a thing ceases to be. Always of the end of some act or state, but not the end of a period of time. The end, the last.
Well, end of Esau's rulership, the act or a thing. Yeah.
The last in any succession or series.
Yeah, that was it. And we got any of the precepts. Not.
Revelation chapter 1 and Revelation chapter 1 and 13. Real quick. 1 and 15. And it says, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burnt in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters.
Right, and the Lord had a deep, loud voice, sound of many waters. All right, well.
Oh, you wanted the heretic one?
Yeah, heretic. I wanted that, yeah, but there's another thing. So,
Titus 3.
Jeremiah 15:19. Read that. Heretic.
Oh, it's the book of Titus chapter 3 and 10. It says, a man that is a heretic after the first and second ammunition reject.
Admonition. Reject. Read again.
Come on, this is Titus 3 and 10. A man that is a heretic after the first and second ammunition reject.
Reject, meaning that you have your own word.
Oh, I'm talking about 2 Peter 2 and 1. Damnable heresies.
I was talking about that one, but I mean, you can read it. You read it.
Con.
They're both good, yeah. I was talking about that.
Con, this 2 Peter 2 and 1, but there are
Yeah, I'm talking about that right now. Yeah.
Oh.
It goes hand in hand with each other.
Con, 2 Peter 2 and 1, but there are false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who shall privily.
We read that? Oh, 2 Peter. Okay.
Yeah. Who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
Yeah, you got people that deny the Lord. You got people that only believe in the old prophets and the law, which they don't even keep the laws. Which the Lord is prophesied in the law, and He's prophesied in the prophets. So, and really, there's reprobates. That's really a term you can use for them that only believe in just the prophets, only some of the prophets. But the Lord Himself is a prophet. He's a man. He's a chief prophet. And when is He come? When is He making His first appearance? To all you that believe in the abbreviation of the Lord's name is called Yah or Yahuwah. All right. There's more.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 2, and many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
Give me Titus 1:14. Truth shall be evil spoken of, and they speaking evil about our ministry. Right? So we're a hate group and all that crap. You know the shit they're saying.
It's the book of Titus.
What?
It's the book of Titus, verse 1, verse 14. It says, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth unto the pure, all things are pure.
Yeah, read that verse again, 14.
Con, this is Titus chapter 1, verse 14. It says, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth.
The commandments of men that turn from the truth. Like you got guys that'll fall out or leave, and then certain times he'll start talking shit and start changing the doctrine. Commandments of men that turn from the truth. 15?
Yep, verse 15. Unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. They profess that they know Yahweh, but in works they deny Him, being abominable and disobedient.
Yeah, but the defiled, like the 15, but the defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. You got guys that say that. They say that the whole book is not valid because their minds are poisoned. Right? They had a bad experience and their minds become defiled. Right? Or they enter another doctrine because they're unbelieving. 16?
Yep, verse 16. They profess that they know Yahweh, but in works they deny Him.
Yeah, but in works they deny Him. Like you're supposed to have a certain amount of work, all right, to prove that you are His workman. That's literally the phrase, workman. 16?
Yep, verse 16. They profess that they know Yahweh, but in works they deny Him, being abominable and disobedient, and to every good work reprobate.
Into every good work reprobate. All right, now that's the extreme point. Now you got some people that are disobedient in some, still guilty. Look up disobedient. He said, and disobedient and unto every good work reprobate. So we're gonna look disobedient and reprobate. Disobedient first. Now you gotta be able to, break these things down to the audience when you're speaking in front of 10,000, 20,000 people. All right, even though we got like what, one person on -5 on the fucking YouTube. That's fine because the scriptures say that he that humbles himself shall be exalted, but he that exalts himself shall be abased. So we're rehearsing right now because we're going to come a day we're going to have 10,000 people in front of us. Keep people back. All right, that's why you got to know what you're doing. All right.
Yep. I got the word for disobedient.
Disobedient?
Yeah. In the Greek it says apithase. All right, and it says impersuasible, not compliant, disobedient.
Impersuasible. I don't know what that word means. But friends, look up that word up for me.
Impersuasible, like not being persuaded.
Not being persuaded.
Yeah.
Okay, not being persuaded. Impersuasible.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't be persuaded. So you're disobedient.
Yeah.
All right, so read that again.
Yeah, so it says impersuasible, not compliant, disobedient.
Yeah, you can't persuade you. Yep. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yep. And the last word it says contumacious.
Look that word up. Look that mean. Consummatious?
Contumacious.
Contumacious? Look that up.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, I guess the verb, it says apitheo, not to allow oneself to be persuaded, to refuse, withhold belief.
Yeah, withhold belief. That's a powerful word. What are you looking at?
Apitheo.
You looked into it further, or?
Nah, just the BLB definition.
Okay, all right, go ahead, read.
Yeah, it says to refuse belief and obedience, to not to comply with.
God, that's disobedient. All right.
I got the
reprobate. Oh, you got the meaning?
The Google definition. This is the Google definition for the word contumacious. It says stubbornly or willfully disobedient to authority.
Okay. Let me break that down. There you go. I'll go to reprobate. Reprobate.
Yeah.
That's pertaining to the Greek here. Reprobate.
All right. So in the Greek for reprobate, it says adokimos. All right, and it says not standing the test, not approved.
Not standing the test, not approved. It says of metals or something like that, I don't know.
Yeah, properly used of metals and coins, that which does not prove itself such as it ought, unfit for, unproved, spurious, reprobate.
That's a powerful word. So it says, they profess that they know the power, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient unto every work reprobate. So you have different levels of disobedience, right? But Paul's going, Epistle of Paul to the Apostle Titus. The Epistle of Paul, the Apostle, to Titus. Technically, Titus was an apostle, so he was one of the Gentile Israelites, if I'm not mistaken. All right, a lot of stuff is good here. How much time we got? It's 2 points. All right, anybody got a precept they want to bring out, something that's on their mind, or I can keep going? Go ahead, read what you got.
James chapter 2 verse 14. What do it profit, my brethren, though a man
freestyle for the last couple of minutes. We're going to blow out whatever you want.
though a man say he have faith and not works, can faith save him? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warned and filled, not with understanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body. What doeth it profit? Even so faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone. Yeah, a man say, thou hast faith, I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will shew thee with my faith by my works.
Yeah. 1 Peter 2:7. Unto therefore which believe is precious, but unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner.
That's that. Yahweh the Lord.
Yeah.
The elders of the leaders of Israel at the time. Some more?
Yeah. Verse 8. And a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. Verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
And show forth his praise by worshiping Yahweh and performing his will. That's how he shows how you praise the Lord.
Yep.
You got something?
Yeah.
That's it?
It's more.
All right, go.
Verse 10, which in past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High. Like what? The prophecy in Hosea.
Hosea 1 and 10.
Yeah.
The place where it said, "You are not my people." There it should be called, "You are the sons of living power."
Yeah. What's the Hebrew word like? La'anya?
La'anya.
Yeah, la'anya.
La'anya.
Yeah, la'anya.
Not in I'm
Yeah,
people.
la'anya. Yeah.
My.
La'anya.
Yeah.
Which in time.
Y'all all should know what that means. All right.
Yeah.
La'anya. Hosea 1 and 10. Not my people. All right. One more.
Yeah, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which have not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
That's lo ami, or la'a. Or we can look it up. There's two phrases. It's la'a I'm Yah. That's the other one. Get the not my people. I mean no mercy. No mercy. La'a. Get the word for mercy. We'll go.
Alright, continuing on.
Now have mercy and house of Israel.
Continuing on, it says, well, I think it goes into another point.
All right, we can hold that there. So we're going to get the no mercy in Hebrew. I will not have mercy.
So we got the Hebrew word. No mercy. So la'a and rachamah. All right. Going into no mercy. All right, from the Hebrew word, it's a compound. La'a you got is no or not, and then racham goes into like compassion, also affection. All right, yeah.
And that's when the Lord scatters throughout the nations.
Mm-hmm.
Then He manifested Yahweh Shai to take away our sins and bring us back together as a nation. Both the houses of Israel back together. Right? And it started with Judah, Benjamin, Levi. All right? Then it continued with the other tribes over here on the other side of the world. All right? Do you have one?
No, I don't got it.
You got,
I got It's second epistle of John, verse 7, chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not that the Mashiach Yahushua has come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist."
Where you reading from?
Second epistle of John, 1 and 7. It says, "For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not Yahushua Mashiach is in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist."
You look up Antichrist with those who are against. Look up Antichrist 1 and 7. 2 John 1 and 7. Many deceivers are entered into the world. For many deceivers are entered into the world who confess not that Yahweh Shai has come in the flesh.
Yeah, right.
So read it.
It says,
Antichrist.
Greek word is antichristos for antichrist. It says the adversary of the Messiah.
Adversary of the Messiah. Right, there you go. So
Or-
in turn, he's our adversary.
Yeah. And then it even says in opponent of the Messiah. So yeah, it says an opponent, not the opponent, so an opponent meaning multiple. Yeah.
Not the, yeah. The would be talking about one person. But an opponent. So it can be many people.
And we fight against all kinds of opponents.
Against the Mashiach.
Doctrine. And why you got one or?
Yeah, I got it.
Yep.
This is for Lo Ruhu Hama. Mercy. Isaiah 14 and 1, it says, "For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, the Israelite foreigners, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob." So
That's Hosea 14?
Yeah, 14. No, Isaiah 14.
Isaiah 14. Yeah. Well, you can break it down, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear. Mercy shall be on Israel. They shall receive mercy from the Heavenly Father and become His people again.
All right. Yeah, because we didn't obtain mercy, now we obtain mercy. That's what we started off with, right? We didn't obtain mercy, and now we have obtained mercy. All right. Well, the elect obtained mercy. Well, all of us did, but the elect first, and then the other Israelites will be reborn in the kingdom. All right.
No, precept.
All right. It said, as it is written, all Israel shall be saved. The deliverers shall come out of Zion and turn transgressions away from Jacob. Roughly paraphrase. Okay. Go ahead.
Revelation 21:2, and it says, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride ordained for her husband, meaning put in order, okay, for the word ordained. And it says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, with Israel, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power.
Yeah, and you got the heathen that are going to be pursuing what 2 and 25 Revelation. They're going to be getting crushed with the scepter, with the golden scepter, or the scepter, or the Hamites, whoever going to be being taskmasters over Esau. Yep. All right.
Precept.
Yep. You done with that one?
Yeah, I can fix right.
Go.
And it says, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying. And this is a blessing for Israel.
So that's the contrast between Israel and the heathen, because the heathen are going to be in slavery. Yep. All right, it says in Revelation 2:25 on down. What?
Yep. And it says, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
All right. Now that's contrast to the heathen. The heathen are going to be getting their ass whooped in the kingdom, and Esau are going to be in the worst condition. Caucasian Edomites, they're going to be in the worst condition. All right. It's going to be night and day compared to the other nations of Esau. Even though they're going to be in slavery too. Esau are going to be absolutely pitiful. Going to be the worst looking, the worst doing person, his man and his woman, on Earth and on other planets. They're going to be doing the worst. They're going to have to rent their clothes. They ain't going to own nothing.
And be happy.
And be happy, yeah. They're going to rent they're going to own nothing. All right? They're going to go through a cave or a pit to sleep in. They're going to give them the uniforms to wear. Yep. They're going to be, everybody going to look like similar. They ain't going to have no distinction. They're going to look like robots. Yep. They're going to do what the hell we fucking tell them to do. Right?
Yeah.
They got to rent their shoes. They got to go to the bowling alley. Got to rent the shoes and all that. They got to rent everything they're going to have to get from us. They're going to put usury upon them, everything. Taxes, they're going to have no wage. They're going to owe us everything. We're going to practically pretty much own them. That's the state that Esau going to be in. Everything he done to us, we're going to do to them double.
Yep. Shit, we're going to be assholes, man.
I didn't mean to interrupt y'all, but that movie, Our Robot, is basically Esau. Because he's going to be that slave in the kingdom. Like you said, no distinction. They're all going to be slaves.
Oh, look, it's like a bunch of robots. They all can't be distinguished. Yeah.
So he can have his fun now. He can have his credit system and all that. Have his credit. You can make money and then play with the money and all that. You make money and give it to fucking banks. You know, then you let them get more money from the people because of interest on top of the money that didn't even exist. You know, so we gonna do the same to you, but you ain't gonna have no money at all. So that's gonna be twice as bad. We saw, man, he gonna die there. He gonna die in our kingdom. All right? Spiritually die, physically die, financially die. Esau's gonna die in the kingdom. Right? It's like we died here in America and where we were scattered at. Esau owns everything. He gonna die there. When we inherit the kingdom.
Yeah. Real quick. James 5 verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
Yep. Weep and howl. Huh? They're gonna be howling. They're gonna be in pain. They're gonna see the state that they're in, and they're gonna see the gods walking on the earth, which are gonna be the Israelites. They're walking on the earth as superhuman, like Transformers, the cartoon, the anime, the Japanese, the American Japanese, those Transformers. Right? Gigantic robots. You're gonna be stature is gonna be great, and we're gonna be morning.
Yep. And we're gonna be frustrated that Esau isn't fucking obtaining to our standards. And we're gonna beat him day and night because Esau gonna make a terrible slave compared to compared to the that we had. So we're gonna beat the living shit out of him.
Put the spirit on them. Make them dance. High work ethic.
Yep.
Hey, man.
Acumen, business acumen. Esau talking about that. We have to have that. We got to put the spirit on him and have business acumen. Work like.
Yeah, and plus, hey, it's gonna be like, let's say he's not working hard enough. You know, we're gonna make it where he gets like fucking lightning bolt. Keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Keep us strong.
We're gonna have some strong motivators.
Yeah.
But he gonna be picking cotton and the hemp for linen and all that.
Yep.
He gonna be picking that up. So we gotta wear garments like I brought out. Don't sweat and all that.
Yep.
Even though we're not gonna sweat, it's impossible to sweat anyway. We can wear a whole winter coat, and we ain't gonna sweat.
Yeah.
You know, even if it ain't gonna be cold or nothing like that anyway. But we're not gonna sweat. It's gonna be impossible to sweat. Yep. We're gonna be wearing whatever type of fabric we want. Really, because Esau gonna be picking. He's gonna be the picker. He's gonna be the cotton picker, the hemp picker.
Hey, who knows? Maybe you can do some weather manipulation in your own palace. You know what I'm saying? Esau in the fields, you make it like, you know, it's like it gets cold real quick. You can be, you know what I'm saying, start snowing.
Yep.
In that particular area. Or hell, you can make hell come like hell, tornado.
Yeah, that's right. Burning the furnace. Remember the furnace that the Babylonians put?
Oh
our ancestors
120
in?
degrees.
He put our ancestors in the furnace. So Esau, he got to go into the furnace. A lot of them apparently already did, but you know, we believe those are already dead bodies. But Esau gonna go into the damn lions then. He's gonna go into the furnace. Song of the 3 holy children, all that. Esau gonna experience that. All right? All the evil we experience, Esau gonna experience. Dragged by horses and all that. Chased in the damn woods. When he saw the movie Drum, you got to chase him in the woods. Drum came and caught him in the woods. I think that was Drum. He caught him in the woods. You know, he pissed off. Said, "You're gonna hang me." You got Esau, doing his battle cry and all that.
That's when the dog chased him. I think it said the dogs after him or something.
I believe that was Drum.
I think it was Drum.
Might have been Mandingo. I forget which one. But yeah, they chased him into the woods. Then I guess Drum, I think it was his name, whatever his character name was, he caught him. He used the plantation owners used him to catch him. Then they hung him. You know, we're gonna chase Esau like that. We're gonna chase Esau like that. We're gonna get him. We're gonna send dogs after him.
Lion, bears.
Yeah. Looks like Esau sent dogs. You know, after Jake, after Judah, after Ephraim, and tore him to pieces and all that. Spaniards did that to the Boricuas. All right, Esau gonna get the same treatment. It's gonna be worse. But the dogs back then, for a certain strength, they're gonna have even more powerful dogs that we're gonna unleash on Esau.
Yeah. Revelation 2 verse 26. The point is 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Verse 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father.
All right, so the Lord received that blessing. All right, and that goes to Psalm's 2nd chapter. I believe it says, ask of me and I give you the heathen for thy inheritance, I believe. All right, so that's powerful precept. Read what you got.
Yeah. This is Obadiah 1 verse 15.
Last precept, go ahead.
It says, for the day of Yakalba Page is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Yeah. Esau gonna get it. That's what's gonna happen to him.
Yep.
All right. We're not. That's directly out of the prophecy. All right. So that has to be a punishment, and that's what the church, they don't speak about the punishments. All right. That's a proof that they're false prophets. You got something?
I was about to get, what is it, Isaiah 40 and...
Well, their interpretation of punishment is a goddamn fucking...
eternal misery in hell.
Burning, burning.
Eternal misery in hell.
A man all in red with a pitchfork, horns, and a tail, spiky tail.
Your hell is on earth.
And apparently he be fucking butt fucking you in hell. That's what they believe.
Yeah.
Do all kinds of abominations down in hell.
Pulling your liver out. Bird eating your liver out.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. Yeah, they're high, yeah, right? That's gonna be paradise for them. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Let me read this while you're getting there. Job 18:17, it says, his remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. And it says, he shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world.
Damn.
So what Lord said, you beheld Satan fall like lightning. Same thing.
Run, Esau, run.
Esau, Edomites don't run, walk around and they run.
Yeah.
Hey, shoot. Esau's gonna be waiting, man, for the Sabbath, man, to kick in. And then as soon as it's ending, man, the sun's going down. As soon as it's ending, man,
That second is over, man.
Hey, man.
They might not even be able to move.
Hey, we gonna snap our fingers. He gonna be right
Yeah.
back on that.
Yeah, man. Hey, who knows? We can snap our fingers, make
Snap
the
our
Sabbath
fingers,
go
he
by,
go.
you know.
See that video with the
Right
guy
back
with the
on the
really
field.
long, like that chain whip?
We're going to experience
It
the
was
Sabbath. That's our day of rest.
Yeah.
Not just for Esau.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
our day of rest. Good, yeah.
But I'm saying, see that video with that guy, he had that really long chain. He like whipped it right at the end. It was like a long chain. He'd be running. He'd be like a mile away, but I'm not gonna whip long enough for a mile. I can still whip his ass. He gonna look back. He ain't gonna see me, but then he gonna see this whip fucking.
Turn back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna have his loincloths on.
Yeah.
Yep. You're gonna have like no shoes or no fucked up. Hairy as hell. Look like
We're gonna have to have fun with it. We're gonna have to. Esau had fun with it. Esau set us up. He wanted certain things to happen with us because he was having fun with it. You know. He took pleasure in our pain. You know. He basically he wanted us to escape so he can. He wanted reasons just to hang us. He wanted reasons to hang us. He would make shit up. Was it? Yeah. He would make shit up just so he can get pleasure in, hanging niggers. You know. Is what he would say, right?
It's gonna be like Fairfax while they working.
I can't wait. I can't wait to have. Man, scriptures talk about that. How we want our enemies. You know. How we long for that, man. We can't wait.
Yep.
Patience and faith for the saints.
Yep. Patience and the faith of the saints. Yep.
Gone. This Isaiah 60:14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the power, Lord Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
So the other nations are going to be our servants, right? As it was prophesied. We're going to leave that there. So hope y'all were edified. Shalom to next week.
Shalom.
Shalom.